Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Live episode 292 E3 Leaks. I'm one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me is Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Good to be here as always.
And also with us is Brun.
Hello, I'm on a boat.
He's on a
Alrighty.
boat.
Now, as
He's on a boat.
BJ Swick 33, I was checking to see if I heard our audio. I didn't hear any audio, but I did hear your voice. So,
I hope we can hear you.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
You know what? The way things are going today, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to have problems tonight. Just be par for the course. What can I say? So, anyways, we've got a lot to cover. So be sure to check us out at thisxboxlife.com. And of course, you can always support us by doing your shopping at thisxboxlife.com/Amazon, or go to our website, click on the Amazon link, and it will take you to the appropriate store for your country. So our friends in Europe and around the world can also shop and support us, and we do appreciate you guys doing so. All right, so we've got a lot of compilation video this week, so I'm going to get that rolling. Thank you all for oops, and look at it's already halfway. It's already way at the end. How'd that happen? All right, let's start this over. So there we go with the compilation videos starting. And Rob, did you get a chance to play anything this week?
Yeah, I managed to actually download a game and start playing a little bit. That Child of Light. I didn't get very far into it. My crazy work schedule kicked me in the butt again, and yeah, one of these days I'll be able to play it. Looks interesting, different.
You think it does look interesting?
What, Child of Light?
Yeah.
It, yeah. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be like the Max game, where it's cheap, only $15, and it's got some good gameplay in it.
I've heard good things about it, but I've watched videos of it and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's one of those things you kind of really gotta kind of get into. If you just sit there and watch it, it's not the same thing.
So, all right. Well,
That's about it.
how about you, Ron?
Yes, I got a couple games in. I got Civ Revolutions and Deadlight and
Cool.
NHL 13. So, I had to sit on my 360 for a while and play. And Cat Fury 05. You got ring a bell from our community. Sent me a code, which happened to be 3 months of Xbox Live Gold. So I greatly appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yes, I put in the code. I got gold. I was able to download a game, so I really appreciate it. I will say this is probably the only code that I will take from anybody, because after taking it, I kind of felt bad. I'm just like, I should not be taking anything from the community, regardless of they want to give it up or not. I mean, I understand like the 1 or 2 day code or something like that maybe somebody has sitting around, but nothing like 3 months. I shouldn't have taken it. Maybe it'd be something, if you want to give up a code next time, it's something we can hand out to our community for a community member who doesn't have Xbox Live Gold.
Cool.
But I still do. I appreciate it a ton. I definitely am going to use it. I'm not going to let it go to waste or anything.
You better be playing, man. We're gonna be watching.
Yes, I already started. Three games this week, and they're all Xbox games.
All right.
Yeah. And don't forget
Cool.
to get that free game.
Yes. Forget what
did.
it was, but I downloaded it. Yep.
Deadlight, right?
Yep. Well, no, that was
No,
last.
that was last month.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah.
It's that Dust game, isn't it?
Dust. Yeah.
An
Dust.
Elysian Tale.
Yep. Yeah. I'm downloading it probably as we speak, which might have been the reason why the internet was running slow here.
And then don't forget what next week you can next Friday, as a matter of fact, this coming Friday, you can download Saints Row 3.
Yes.
So get that too.
Yep.
All right. So anything else?
No, that was it.
Well, guys, I've had a very busy gaming week, but not in the way that I am normally busy. I played, I think, just one game on my Xbox. Oh, I take that back. I played two. I played some Battlefield 4 for just a couple of minutes the other night on that new naval strike.
Hmm.
Um, the servers were odd. We were having tons of lag and just some weird stuff going on. We even changed servers and we were still having problems. But man, after playing Titanfall, that game seemed so slow. It was weird, and I didn't play very long. I was just like, nah, I'm out of here.
I
Um,
heard somebody saying the same thing on another podcast talking about it, saying that they played Titanfall and they went back and tried to play. I think it was they tried to play Ghost,
uh-huh.
and it was just like Call of Duty is still a fast game,
Yep.
but they just felt bad or they just didn't feel right because all they could do was sprint when they
Yeah.
wanted to wall run and do all that stuff. So it's just
Yep.
like already like spoiling people from the games that they used to play. So
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to, well, while I'm thinking about it, as you guys are watching the compilation video, there's a lot of stuff out here. These, I, someone in our on our Facebook group pointed out a website that you can go to and just search by gamertag, and it actually will pull up all their uploads. I
yep.
guess anything you do in the upload studio. So I was able to grab a bunch of stuff this week from people who didn't necessarily submit it. So hopefully you guys don't mind. But it's out there on the internet. But if you guys, xboxclips.com is where you can go and you can just put a gamer tag in and it'll pull up if they have any videos that they've uploaded to the Upload Studio. So if anybody has used Upload Studio, it's now even easier. You don't have to submit it to OneDrive if you want. If you don't want to, you can just say, "Hey, grab my clip at this date and time," and I'll go out to Xbox Clips, put your gamer tag in, and pull it, and it's already the right format for me, so I can pull it right from there. So just shoot me an email with your gamer tag, which game it was, and what the date and time that you wanted that clip, or you can just send me the OneDrive link as well. Either way. So, but that's Mark at thisxboxlife.com. Either way works. So, all right. So back to the gaming. So I played Titanfall as well, and enjoying that as usual. So that was my Xbox One experience this week. I picked up something new this week. I finally broke down and bought a Surface Pro 2, and I've been playing a lot of games on that thing. I played Wordament, which I've played on my phone, my iPhone, for a long time. I like that. And then from the makers of Wordament, they got a new one called Snap Attack, which is really fun. It's actually kind of like, think of it as Scrabble, where there's some words there and
Yeah.
you get your 7 tiles at the bottom, and you've got like 2 minutes to snap all these things somewhere and use all the tiles. And you want to try to max out the score the best you can. So that's pretty fun. Played some Shuffle Party, which is that shuffleboard game that came out a long time ago. I played on Windows 8. Now I was playing it on my Surface. Mahjong, the Microsoft Mahjong, which is fantastic. A game called Thrown Together, which was like Tetris, only like a medieval twist on it, and you're supposed to put your Tetris pieces into shapes of castles. And I don't know, I didn't play it very long. It really didn't interest me. I did try the new Connectimals Unleashed. Looks like it's all dogs. So if you're not a cat person and you didn't like the original Connectimals, you can get Connectimals Unleashed on Windows 8.1 or Windows 8, I guess, 8, 8.1. I don't know if it matters. Um, but so that is available. My favorite, I think, so far of all of them is World Series of Poker Full House Poker, which I have been I've played on my 360. Um, it's just really fun. It's fun. I mean, it's the same game, but it looks amazing. It's very fun to play. It's a great game to play on a tablet, um, and all the stuff that you could do in the Xbox version is in this, and it looks fantastic. The game, I was just like, man, this looks so good. Played Halo Spartan Assault, gave that a shot. Didn't get play much of it because in my opinion, it's really hard to control. I think if I give it more time, maybe it'll all come together. Tried some Jetpack Joyride. I played Angry Birds Star Wars, which I really enjoy. And then Democulus pointed out or recommended Microsoft Bingo. So I was playing that this morning, and actually, that is a lot of fun. I'm
Hmm.
surprised. I'm like, bingo, really? But I tried it, and I'm like, okay, I'm probably will be playing it again tonight. So, um, but and it was kind of interesting. Like all these games were like dishing out achievement points, and I was like, okay.
Very nice.
Nice.
So, and all these games were free. I mean, that's I don't. I think for Spartan Assault, I got it
You owned it.
free, but
You
I
owned it
already
prior.
owned it because
Yeah.
yeah, I bought it on Windows 8 when my desktop had it. So that's I guess so that one I didn't. And I think Angry Birds I may have bought too. Star Wars when I was on Windows 8, but the rest of them were all free games. So fun stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else is out there. So I'll probably have a lot more of those types of games in my list each week. But so, and also if you guys are wondering, you're watching the video right now. It's a baseball game. We don't have a baseball
Yes.
game on the Xbox, so
MLB the Show.
this is MLB the Show, but it's from someone in our community who sent the video. And they also got another after this. This is a pretty long video. Then after that, they got another long one of Infamous Second Son. So
Oh, cool.
we'll probably just let this all play through and as we talk in some of our stories, so we can get all in. But again, we got Xbox stuff. I won't just do all PlayStation 4
Yeah.
videos, but I don't mind
It's
adding some other stuff other than Xbox in as long as we got Xbox stuff. So I
they
went
do
searching
make
this week for Xbox videos.
they do make such a good baseball game though.
I watched. He did a full video that he uploaded or he posted to our Facebook group the other day. That was
Hmm.
like 9 or 10 minutes, and I actually watched the whole thing, and I was very impressed. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, why can't we get a good baseball game? Why can't we get a baseball game on Xbox other than something? What was that one they just gave us? That
RBI Baseball
RBI
14.
baseball? Come on! I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Well,
want a real
MLB the
game.
Show's been like the top of the line baseball game for multiple years now, and they're talking about maybe EA talking about the games that they're bringing back. Maybe they'll bring back a baseball game, but nobody really knows. So, but
Oh, and I see
sorry.
X1 Saint. Yes, that Killer Instinct video was yours. Hope you don't mind me ripping that from the internet. I found it out there, so I put it in.
Yeah.
So hope you don't mind. So, but I wanted to make use of that and get some videos because I all I had this week was PS4 videos sent to me. I'm like, I can't just run PlayStation videos on an Xbox show.
Hmm.
Can't do it. So, but in fact, Dark Predator is in watching us right now. So thank you. So I appreciate your videos, man. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what I played. Is there any other thing before we jump into our topics, guys?
Topics? You mean one topic?
No, we've got a bunch of topics.
Oh, but based on the news and everything I read, there was only one topic this week, and that was the new Call of Duty trailer.
I don't even think that's in our list.
Oh, that's the only thing everybody else has been talking
No,
about.
that
I
was
figured
last
that's
week. We talked about that last week. That was the name of our show last week.
oh,
Yeah.
Advanced
I'm being
Warfare was the title
I'm
of our
being s-
podcast.
I know I'm being super sarcastic because they're still
Oh,
talking about the Call of Duty thing. It's like that's all we're going to hear about until November 4th or whatever. It's like that's all we're going
nah.
to hear about.
Nah, there was a lot. Yeah, that's been a very busy week for news, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. And I'm just going to keep this video playing so I don't have to worry about changing anything for now. But, yeah, let's just jump into our stories.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, so first up is Transformers: Rise of the Dark Spark. Is as I guess as you guessed it, it's a new Transformers game. Although there's a new movie, isn't there? Or
Yes.
was that out just not too long ago?
It's coming.
Okay. So there's a pre-order available at GameStop for this game, and right now the reward that you get by pre-ordering with GameStop is you get a Weathered Warrior pack and two characters, or no, that includes two characters and two weapons. It's supposed to launch on June 24th, so you've got a little bit of time to decide if you want to pick it up. And It'll be out on pretty much all the platforms,
Cool.
except not PC. Doesn't look like it's out on PC. Oh well. Looks like it's out on all consoles.
Cool.
That's it.
And Xbox One, even Xbox One.
Yes.
Yay!
Next gen's got it.
Cool.
Nice. Another next gen game, but also for the 360 and PS3 coming this fall is NHL 15. So EA, like everybody was kind of wondering and worried, if NHL was going to even come back because of the recent. For some reason, EA used to be the company, the publisher you thought about when it came to sports games, and it seems the FIFA game is obviously still thriving and is spectacular, but it seems like every other sports game that EA has put out or has been publishing has just been like, ugh, like I don't know how to say it other than just not that interesting. So they've been kind of cutting back. They haven't published an NBA game in a while. They haven't done a baseball game in a long time. NASCAR, they lost that. So really, all they had was Madden, NCAA, and NHL, FIFA. But then, like, they might not. I don't think they're doing NCAA football this year because I don't think a lot of the conferences were signing back up with them. So I know the Big Ten was one that wasn't supposed to sign with them or something. But the news came out that NHL 15 will be out this fall. So I'm a big hockey fan. I love hockey. Big Blue Jackets fan. So can't wait to play them and have the updated rosters and stuff like that. So, but I haven't bought a NHL game since 13. So I usually wait a couple of years.
Since you were 13?
No, NHL 13.
Oh,
So,
just checking.
but yeah, excited. So, and they're doing a NHL cover vote. So you can go to NHL.com/cover vote. I won't vote at all because they don't have a Blue Jacket this year. They have, there was a Blue Jacket in the semifinal, like in the finals last year. It came down to the goalie for the Blue Jackets and the goalie for, I guess, the Blue Devils or the Devils, New Jersey Devils. So, there's not even a Blue Jacket in the list this time. So, but there is a cover vote. And that's all I got.
Cool.
So, Rob, I
Okay,
guess you're up
back
again.
to me. Back to me.
Yep.
So E3 is just a couple weeks away. It will be on June 9th. The Xbox briefing is called Xbox Game On, and it'll be at 9:30 Pacific. Then adjust your time zones accordingly. So what is that? I know here in Chicago it winds up being 11:30 in the morning. So I guess that's 12:30 Eastern, right? 9, 10,
Yep.
11. Yeah, yeah. So you can catch the show or catch the briefing online on Xbox.com, of course, which is usually how I've watched it in the past. It's going to be also be on Xbox Live and Windows Phone globally. And then here in the United States and Canada, you can also watch it on Spike TV if you're at home. So pretty excited to see what they've got in store for us with this thing. Always lots of cool stuff that they show. So look for that in just a couple weeks.
Well, wouldn't you think, based on last year's E3, that
Mhm.
Microsoft? I thought they alternated like who did what and when they got to go and stuff like that. But it seems like Microsoft's going again at like 9 a.m. Or is that what you just said? 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So
9:30.
Yeah,
9:30.
9:30. Sorry, 9:30. They're going at 9:30, but PlayStation's not going until 6 p.m.
Yeah, it was
So-
late last year too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, like PlayStation. Yeah, because they got to, completely revamp everything they were going to do just to make Microsoft look bad. So why would Microsoft agree to go first again or do this to go first again? Because all it's going to do is set them up to getting, Sony to have, another shot at them, let's say. Or maybe Sony won't do it because I said I'm kind of hoping neither company does it this year. But can't believe that they kind of leave it open
Well, you got to go
get hit again.
sometime, and I think Microsoft always likes to be the first one out. They just like to lead the show.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't think it really matters. You know, I'm glad. I think Microsoft's going first, just for the simple fact I would hate for them to do what Sony did. You know, just take the high
Yeah.
road. And I want all the companies just to say, here's why you should buy our system
Same here.
based on what we can do, not
Yeah.
what the other guy can't do or whatnot. And I'll guarantee we'll hear from Sony the whole 1080p bull crap. You
That's what I
know,
was getting ready to
it's
say.
that's going to be their big thing this
Yeah.
year. And I'm like, if that's all you got, Microsoft can win that by going, guess what? We got games. We got this and that and this and this and this. And guess what? They're not all indie titles. But,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. You know, there's talk of Titanfall now going to PlayStation. It's a
Yeah.
rumor, but you know, I don't. You know, who knows? Just
Yeah.
do a good show. Focus on your own console. Tell us what we can do with it, and leave it at that. Show us what's
Yeah.
coming and what we're gonna get excited about. I don't care about the 1080p. I don't care about, I liked what the initial E3 was. So maybe give us some of that. Sharing's coming, and games for gold from Xbox One. What are we going to get? Or how are you going to change Xbox Live to be
Yeah.
better? But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. We've got some
Yeah.
detail or possible details on what we're going to hear. So later in the
Yeah.
show.
So you don't think Sony's is going to be like, all right, let's take a look at this gameplay video from such and such game in beautiful 1080p 60 frames a second, and then let's take out another look at this game at 1080p at 60 frames a second. So are they going to announce every one of their videos like that, or?
Probably because they just announced, I guess, in their announcement of Watch Dogs that it runs at 1080p 60 frames a second. It was in their
I thought
listing.
I thought Watch Dogs is running at 1080p 60 frames a second in every format. So
I don't know. I just know it was listed.
uh,
It's a big story. Like came out yesterday or today that Watch Dogs was Sony's running and listing it as we run in 1080p 60 frames a second. So
is
like,
that what I read? Was
okay.
that for that game?
It
Was
was
it
for Watch
Dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah, I read that too. They said that the only way to run at 1080p 60 frames a second. That's what they had in their quote, was that they were the only ones that run at 1080p 60 frames a second. So I was kind of confused on that. I was like, oh, is that because PCs run at 1080p 120 frames a second? So they're lower than a PC? Because I can tell you that a PC can run 1080p 60 frames a second. So I don't know what bullcrap they're trying to
I don't
put
know.
out there, but all right, sorry, I digress.
Yeah.
It's my turn, anyways.
It's
So,
my turn.
What? Is it my turn?
Are
Is
you
it your
not done,
turn?
Rob?
No, I'm done.
Are you done? Oh, okay. Well, then it is my turn.
I was just doing the Cartman.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So there's this game that came out like 6 or 7 months ago called Battlefield 4, and on the consoles, there's this feature that you used to have in the old one that took this long to put it in the new one. But everybody should be happy because it is a very, very important feature to me when you're playing Battlefield, and that is the ability to squad up. So you and 4 of your buddies can now create a squad prior to starting a match. You can all jump into the match, and hopefully 40% of the time you'll still all be squatted up when the match starts. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But you should be thrown into the match together, all in a squad, and then actually carry over in a squad as the rounds progress and you go from round to round. I know on the PC we've been able to squad up from the beginning, but even if we squad up and we jump into a match, we could be on opposite teams. Because if you jump into a round that only has 4 spots open, that's 2 and 2, so you might get split. But usually when the next round comes around, they'll actually bind you back up into your squad. So sometimes it may take to complete a round or not. If you join into an empty server, you should be on your squad together. So it's good that it's in there. do not know what took them so long to get it done, especially when they had it in the previous game. But that just shows just one more mark on, a very, you know, destroyed game. So hopefully they'll get it right, maybe on the next one next year.
Yeah.
So, but there you go.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have heard of the game Destiny, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can you believe that Activision has well, let me say it this way. Activision Blizzard's CEO Bobby Kotick is quoted recently as saying that the company is making a $500 million bet on Destiny. This this quote is pretty much been running a rampant this week in the news. Everybody was just like, "Say what?" Um, Take-Two Interactive spent $260 million to develop, produce, and market Grand Theft Auto 5. So Activision Blizzard's going to basically double that amount for Destiny.
Hmm.
I'm blown away by that price tag, and I just can't see the need to dump $500 million into a game. Now, I don't know if that's over the whole 10 years or if that's just this first, game, but it's insane.
I heard it's over the next 10 years. I heard the 5 million's over the next 10 years, but the thing that throws me off is that
500 million.
Sorry, 500 million is over the next 10 years, but the thing that threw me off is it's including like costs for servers, maintenance on servers, and like the marketing.
Well, they're
it's
going
like,
to market the crap out of this thing for
they,
sure.
They are, but it's like, well, how do you put 500 mil? How do you spread your marketing across 10 years? You don't know how many games that's going to be,
Right.
and stuff. So that's why I'm kind of like, well, yeah, man, twice as much. I don't know, unless a lot of it's in hardware, because this game is doing above and beyond, in my book, what GTA 5 did. Obviously, everybody remembers their issues that they had on their online, but that's a lot of money.
I think this game will be good. I really, I mean, this is a established developer, so I mean, look how well Halo did on the Xbox platform. Now it's multi-platform. It's gonna sell. Halo fans are gonna come to this in like gangbusters.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation people who have not been able to play Halo are gonna come to this like gangbusters. It's gonna be a big seller, but man, that's a lot of money, and it just, I can't help but think like, honestly, and I'm not one of these bleeding heart liberal tree hugging hippie types, but honestly, my first thought was $500 million. I mean, think of how much good we could do if we put that somewhere else instead of a video game. And don't hate me, everybody. I'm ducking everything coming at me, all the flame darts. But I was like, man, that's huge. So, anyways,
yeah, we could put that toward the fixes on healthcare.gov that Accenture is going to charge what $300 and something million to fix the website for the next round of changes.
Top of the couple billion they already got, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just be prepared to see a lot of commercials for Destiny. That's about all I can say. Be prepared.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as much marketing if they're going to put into Destiny. They're basically going to be fighting themselves because all the commercials that I see right now, like I said, are for the new Call of Duty game. So it's literally going to be like Activision fighting Activision for advertising space. So, and I didn't know Destiny was not coming on the PC. For some reason, I thought it was all platforms or the new console.
I thought it was going to PC as well.
I think I am wrong on that. I think it is going. It's not on PC.
Well,
I'll look it up. So
How about
this
that?
Rob's next.
Rob's next. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Forza Motorsport 5. If you're kind of tired of the cars that you got already, well, there's a new car pack that's available. It's the Meguiar's car pack. Meguiar's, if you never heard of them, they make those pretty cool car maintenance, car care products. And I was really surprised to find out that this is a 110-year-old company. That was really surprising. So they've been around for a while. Anyway, the Meguiar's car pack is out for Forza Motorsport 5. It's available now as of this recording. Well, actually, it was available a while ago, but you can get it now if you want. It's going to cost you $9.99 in the Xbox Live Marketplace, and it is included in the Car Pass if you already have that. I bet right now you're kind of wondering, what kind of cars do you get in that pack? Well, I'm glad you asked, because here's the full list. So there's 10 cars. There's the 2013 BMW M Performance M3 racing car, the 1986 Alfa Romeo GTV6. There's the 1958 Aston Martin DBR1, the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, the 2011 Aston Martin V12 Zagato, the 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396, 1940 Ford Deluxe Coupe, or as the British say, Coupe, the 1966 Ford Lotus Cortina, 1973 Mazda RX-3, 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi Super Stock. So there you have it, the 10 cars that you get with the pack. They're basically, what, $1 each, and they look to be some pretty cool cars. So go get them. That is all.
Well, if you do not want to get any cars and you're a 360 person like myself, 360 only person like myself, Peggle 2, which I know Wingman despises.
Oh,
Loves
hate
that
that
game.
game.
Slightly.
Yes.
Horrible
Loves that
game.
Was
He's probably
streaming
playing
that
it right
game.
now.
Yeah, you were streaming
No
the
way
game
I
a
would pay
couple-
$600 for that piece of junk. 60,
But,
yes. 600, no way.
Well, Peggle 2 is actually available for the 360 as we speak for a low cost of $12. And I think that's actually a pretty good price for that game.
That's awesome price.
Yeah, it's 12 in North America and it's 10 euros in Europe. So, but
This game's worth $20. I mean, it is. You'll get so much time out of it, enjoyment. So
it's interesting when when the Xbox One wasn't out, all we would ask for is like, why is every Xbox, why is every arcade game and every game like $20 or $15 and this and that? And it's just like, oh, why can't they be cheaper? And it's just like they kept doing it. Now all of a sudden they pump out Peggle 2 on 360, which is a 20. It's worth $20. Like I would expect to pay $20, and it's 12. It's like,
well, I think the
finally lower
reason
the price.
I think the reason though is because there's only like 4 or 5 masters in the game, and then they adding a DLC. They'll add more masters and levels, and then you pay like $3 for the DLC. So, but still, it's even with what you get. I mean, it's still worth $20, and then paying the DLC is fine. This is one you just get lots of time on. Great game.
Available now.
So, all right, that's my turn, right? I do believe. I do believe it is my turn. Is that correct, Watson? The clues are all pointing to Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishments, coming to Xbox 360 and Xbox One in early September. A Focus Home interactive press release announcing the game's release window and a new platform was the biggest giveaway. But so yeah, I mean, I have not heard anything about this game. But I guess you get to play as, I don't know, Sherlock Holmes. So the game, Frogwares Games is afoot, and this time it's drawing from the detective's depictions on TV, as the designer Olga Chalovskaya told us last year, the new character portrait ability is inspired by BB Show's Sherlock. The gentleman hero examines suspects with his keen eye and elucidates clues by scanning over particular features such as injuries, fancy clothing, and maybe the odd conspicuous blotch of ketchup. So, I don't know. The screenshots I've seen look really good. So I will be interested to see the game itself and how it plays, and we'll see then as time goes on. But look for this in September. If you don't want to play Destiny, you can play Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment. That is
Sorry,
it.
I got a little partner here with me.
Yeah.
He's handing me it's your Star Wars, Angry Birds Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Cameo.
Woo. What's his gamer tag?
Yeah, he doesn't have one right now. He always makes me like throw one of the birds, and then he takes it from me and finishes playing.
All right.
He's hiding in the corner there. Here, take it with you.
All right, Rob. Back to you.
Electronic Arts is going to be revealing 6 new projects at E3 this year. And let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? During EA's quarterly news call the other day, the CEO, Andrew Wilson, noted that 6 projects are going to be unveiled. One will be powered by the Frostbite engine and is slated for a Q3 release. It's coming up pretty soon, considering it's Q2 right now, right? Or do they
Yeah.
go by that weird calendar where it's actually not?
They all go by a
Calendar year.
weird calendar, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're
Yeah,
probably in Q4 right now
Yeah.
of 2017. I don't know.
Yeah. They say the next gen game running the Frostbite and slated for the holiday season could be indicative of a new Battlefield. Very possible. Then rumors have been swirling around for some time that EA owned Visceral Games has been working on a new entry in the Battlefield franchise themed around police forces. However, they do know that Visceral Games is already hard at work on a Star Wars project, which involves the Uncharted creative director Amy Henning after she left Naughty Dog. Then there's also a brief mention that the company will be showing a next-gen PGA game alongside The Sims 4 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Their expo is going to be running from June 10 through the 12th. So I believe that's Tuesday through Thursday. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coverage on that when it comes time for E3. So it's going to be some exciting stuff.
Cool.
That is all.
All righty.
Over to you.
So EA and Respawn actually partnered again for the future of Titanfall, everybody's favorite game. So it said here in a new agreement with Respawn, the EA CEO said we'll be able to bring new Titanfall experiences to players worldwide. He did not state whether it involves direct sequels, spin-offs, mobile games, or any other details besides that. And Respawn has given no further details when asked for clarification. And emphasizes its emphasis on supporting Titanfall. New maps are coming, of course, and they're going to hit the Xbox One, 360, and PC in the upcoming Expedition expansion. So, tell you what, Jameson here is fascinated with looking at you guys on the computer now. He's just hopping around behind me.
Future podcaster right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was it, Ron?
Yep. That's all I have
well,
on that.
In further Titanfall news, Respawn Entertainment has sold 925,000 units in its first quarter, according to Electronic Arts. Now, that might sound like a low number. However, that first quarter is actually only 3 weeks because it was launched the last 3 weeks of March, and that was the end of that quarter. So when they say that, it just means they sold 925,000 units in just 3 weeks, so almost a million copies. What's interesting with that number is that does not include the 360 release. It does not include any digital copies like myself and many other people I know bought it digitally. And that number's from North America only. And I know
Oh,
Titanfall ruled the roost over in Europe at the top of their charts as well when it came out for several weeks in a row. So we don't actually have official numbers from EA, but they're saying that was just in that 3 week time frame, it was the best selling Xbox One game in March. Um, and when I look at the VG Charts site, which I do not believe counts digital, they've got the Xbox One at 1.63 million copies sold worldwide. The 360 version is at 0.63, and then 0.23 on PC, which I'm really surprised. But again, I shouldn't be because I think there's probably a lot more than that on PC. It's just they're all pirated.
well, if that's not counting digital,
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. So I
so
don't even know what the digital version numbers are.
yeah. So even like I said, that like the PC, if it's not including digital, that's not including PC, and that's not including because isn't anybody like the Titanfall version of the Xbox One? Wasn't that a download code in that console bundle?
Yes.
So I mean, you got to look at all those too. So
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I think the numbers are a lot higher than what we're seeing, but at the moment we're seeing about 2.5 million copies
yeah,
already at this point.
I bet you they're
So
closer between 4 and 5.
probably.
Yeah,
But it'll be interesting to see. I don't know why they won't release the numbers. So I hate that these companies do that. It's like some big secret.
yeah.
So, but anyways, that is it for Titanfall for now.
All right.
All right. Sunset Overdrive is a game that we first heard about back around what E3 or the reveal last year,
Yep.
and they showed some gameplay video. It was kind of all over the place, meaning just characters just going on the walls, going on roofs, running around like crazy. You really didn't know what the game was all about, and uh, I really don't think that they put out a whole lot of information in the last year up until recently, where they released a couple minute long video the other day, and there's a pretty good write up on Xbox Wire about it, titled "The Wild World of Sunset Overdrive." And really wasn't quite sure what to make of this game, but I think it's something that I'm definitely going to probably check out. I think if you like games like Dead Rising 3,
Yeah.
this is probably going to be your speed because there's all these bad guys trying to swarm you and take you out, of course. And while you're trying to do, I guess, the opposite of that, a
It's
little
like
bit of
a it's like
information.
a it's like a Dead Rising 3 slash Crackdown mix
Yeah.
Yeah,
type of game. Yeah, and
I was
like
waiting for someone to say it.
yeah. Well, I agree with Rob too. It's like when I first saw this and they showed it at E3, I think most people were just like, "Oh, wow, good game." Like, "Oh, you get some pretty little arcade game," and most people kind of put it to the back of their mind and didn't really think much of it. And after seeing this, like all week long, people were just like, "This game looks great." It's like I
yeah,
can't
it
wait to play
does.
this. And I watched all the trailers and stuff on it, and I'm sitting there thinking like, this is definitely going to be a buy on my part. So
Oh yeah.
it looks really good. But so you have details, right?
Yeah, so Sunset Overdrive borrows elements from games like Prince of Persia, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Jet Set Radio. This is one that I was thinking about as well. And others to create a vision of the apocalypse. The premise of the game is that there's a big bad corporate entity that makes a soda. And what was that soda called? Oh, the company's called Fizzco. and they
Mhm.
made this soda called, oh, where the heck is it? Overcharged Delirium XG. Well, there's a bad batch of this stuff, and what do you know? It turns people into mutants. Bummer for them. So basically, you and the characters in the game are just basically trying to go around, survive, and all that good stuff. One thing that's interesting and that they wrote about in an article is that they purposely made the game with no ladders.
Hmm.
That was interesting. So basically, you're just going to be jumping, running, probably well, also zip lining and wall running, who knows what, throughout the game. No climbing. Sorry if you want to climb. And the game's customization systems are expansive. Not only can you precisely tailor your character from a huge number of body parts and clothing pieces, but an AMPS system lets you craft weapons and other tools to help you along the way. Recipes scattered around the Sunset City can require cans of overcharge to be combined with other items to craft AMPS. Weapons each have AMP slots, which serve to upgrade them with powers that go well beyond simple stat buffs. And then, like Dead Rising 3, Sunset Overdrive features lots of enemies which attempt to swarm you en masse while you escape using your exceptional sleight of foot. Your ultimate goal is to topple the Fizco Empire, but along the way, you'll be offered a great number of side missions and other diversions by everyone from comic book collectors to fortune tellers. That's an open world game through and through, and you'll want to explore every crack of it when it launches on Xbox One later in this year. And of course, I got to throw in no matter how thirsty you are, don't drink this soda. Drink water instead, it's much healthier. That's all.
Yeah, so it's like watching all the guns and things like
Hmm.
some of the there's like a teddy bear TNT or something like that, or a TNT teddy bear or something like that. It's like a gun
Yeah.
that shoots teddy bears with TNT strapped to it and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's pretty funny. And you sit there and you look at those guns, that makes you think about Ratchet and Clank and
Yeah.
things like that, which Insomniac also developed. So it's kind of in their wheelhouse, I guess. So
Yeah.
looks fun.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game.
Yep.
We'll have to see.
So anybody out there, Elder Scrolls fan? Anybody
It's
play any of them? No,
crickets.
no massive RPG.
Too much
There
of a
might be.
time sink.
Yeah, there might be people in our group that likes it. My boys,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it
one of
looks
my boys likes Elder
so
Scrolls.
boring.
Yeah. Well, Elder Scrolls Online came out on PC, and everybody's wanting it and wondering when it's going to come for the console and why isn't it out yet. So it looks like it is delayed. So, and delayed, and it's been delayed about. It's going to be delayed about 6 months based on what Bethesda confirmed. So they're just saying it's been a challenging process addressing a number of issues specific to the console version of the MMO. So they're still working on it. It's going to be coming, but it's definitely going to be delayed about 6 months. So, but this is another MMO that's going to require you to have $14.99 or however monthly charge that they're going to have on top of it. So who knows? Hopefully it lasts the 6 months on PC to actually hit the consoles before it goes free to play. So, but we'll see. But that's all on that. 6 months.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Nah.
All right. Well, I will. I'm sitting here. I'm multitasking. I was so bored with your announcement of the story that I forgot to put the image up on the screen.
Oh,
Have you guys watched the Twitch feeds of this game? I've actually watched several, and I've the game looks so boring. I mean, it looks like even when they're in combat, it looks like I can watch Diablo 3 Twitch videos and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome,
Hmm.
I look at this and I'm like, this looks so boring. It's like I hear like it's like the elevator music should be playing in the background while the battles are going on.
I mean, for people who are Diablo fans and stuff, obviously, you can find it kind of fit in that. But the Elder Scrolls, when you're into that lore and that universe, and you've played, you know, Skyrim and those games and all the way through, this game's going to be more appealing to you. So to them, they love it. It's. I guess you got to be in there to like it. Kind of one of those things. But to me, I think the game looks interesting. I mean, I don't think I would watch it either on Twitch or anything. I might have to give it a try and see what it's all about, but I don't know.
All right.
It wouldn't be one I'm gonna I'm gonna pay additional $15 a month for. I just know that right off the bat. So
Oh yeah, and that's on top of it. Yeah, you got to pay for it. No, thank you. I think that makes it even worse. So, all right. So let's move on. We got some Sony news actually. And so we mentioned the title of the show is E3 Leaks. So the first one, and we do have this as well for the Xbox One, which we'll talk about later in the show, or I should say Xbox. But to start out, um, there was some supposedly leaked information on what Sony's going to be talking about at E3. So let's go through the list. Okay, so here we go. Uncharted PS4 3-minute trailer showcasing in-engine footage interspersed with gameplay segments. Visuals are supposedly unprecedented and set a benchmark for console graphics. See, there you go, Bron. They're already doing it. So it already starts.
yeah, but that's Uncharted. It's an Uncharted game. Then they push the limits on last gen.
Yeah, it
graphics
doesn't
when
surprise
came
me
to
that
them.
it's going to look
Yeah.
good. But I'm saying, no, the whole
Yeah.
unprecedented benchmark for console graphics. So in other words, it's, you're only going to get that benchmark unprecedented graphics on a PS4. As I'm saying, the very first story kind of goes back to what we said earlier, my prediction of what Sony's going to do. So it'll be interesting to see if this falls through. But anyways, it's not a big surprise. We're going to see Uncharted 4, obviously.
Mhm.
But there's Uncharted for PS4 coming out, summer 2015 release date. It features tropical setting in different time periods with Nate and Francis. Okay, so that's one. Media Molecule's new title will be a landmark title for Morpheus, the 3D world building, beautiful, quirky visuals. I think Morpheus, I believe, is their like the goggles, like the Oculus Rift, right? Isn't that what
Mhm.
Morpheus is? Okay. Okay, so we've got that. Then there's, let's see, that's coming late 2015, supposedly. Gran Turismo 6 is coming to PS4 as 1080p, 60 frames per second. See, there you go again. It's in there, Bron. A
That's a
repackaged title in the vein of Gran
Okay.
Turismo 7 Prologue, coming mid to
Okay.
late 2015. God of
Mid
War.
to late.
Go ahead.
So a repackaged game that came out on the PS3 is coming mid to late 2015.
Correct.
Okay. I'm
But they're-
counting on my hand how many 2015 games there are and how many are coming out this year.
What?
So,
Okay, well, yeah, do that, and then keep
Yeah.
track because I want to do the same for the Xbox one
Right.
when we get to the Xbox rumors. Okay, God of War 4 teaser will
There
be
you go.
present. It will be CG with snippets of in-engine footage. A little too early for the reveal. Late 2015. Kill Strain trademark is related to Siphon Filter reboot. For PS4, Sony Bend working on revamping the franchise. Stealth, beautiful visuals, impossible. Winter 2014. There you go, Run.
Cool.
Bend finally getting to join the big boys. Wipeout is also making the transition to PS4. Unsure who's developing it. Quantic Dream has a trailer prepared. Unsure whether it's penciled for Gamescom or E3. Sony will be watching Microsoft's presser earlier in the day to gauge whether additional titles will need to be slotted in to dampen the hype. Oh wow. Expect Dark Sorcerer-like visuals in real time. Let's see. Okay, speaking of Ready at Dawn, The Order 1886. This is something we
Right.
saw last year. Everybody was really
Yep.
hyped about it. Is going to get a stage demo. It'll be a big title for fall of 2014.
Yep.
Ninja Theory is working on a PS4 exclusive, possibly Heavenly Sword sequel, which was shelved a number of years ago. Sony London will be at E3, first AAA title in many years, third person title. It's gorgeous. They're back with a bang. We don't have any other info on that. Guerrilla Games is bringing their RPG to E3. Provocative setting, very intense, very interesting, and insane visuals as usual. A good reaction to the title is expected and will please the hardcore. Sucker Punch is busy at work on Infamous Second Son DLC. New powers, possibly new setting in E3 debut. Sony Japan Studios debuting 2, maybe even 3 titles. Project Beast, the spiritual successor to Demon Souls. The other is The Last Guardian, retooled for PS4. Possible winter 2014 title. The other title is Shrouded in Secrecy. Evolution will give Drive Club some time in the limelight. It's shaping to be incredible with jaw-dropping visuals. Demo release will be timed with the press conference. So expect to see a demo of Drive Club during E3. Alongside this, source also noted that Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, Konami, Capcom, Warner Brothers, Activision, Square Enix, and Take-Two will all make appearances on stage during the event. Rockstar was originally included on this list, but the source failed to clarify that Sony might announce a next-gen release for Grand Theft Auto 5 on Rockstar's behalf. Beyond new games, Sony will also bring more huge titles to the Instant Game Collection, show off Project Morpheus, talk about Sony Entertainment Network and PlayStation Now, and announce a price drop for the PS3 and the PS Vita. The PS4 will be focused on be the focus of the press conference, but Sony will show love to its various platforms and services throughout. So, I think my takeaway, and then I want to hear what you guys thought. My takeaway from this was there's really, and and those that are listening, there's several PlayStation players that are listening tonight and that can chat to us. My thought was there was nothing there that was like maybe the Morpheus will be like the big thing with this VR stuff, but I didn't see anything that was just like, wow, this is like, you know, going to be so awesome. Like I saw something listed on the Xbox One that I was like, woo! I was so excited. Uncharted. If I was a PlayStation guy, I would be happy to see Uncharted, but I know it's already coming. So
And
I don't
not
know. There
until
didn't
next
seem to be
year.
anything like major that was like mind blowing, impressive. But then again, maybe that's so super secret it didn't make the rumors. And again, that's all rumor and
Yeah.
speculation. What did you guys think of this?
Well, I mean, like there's about titles that were mentioned 2015. There was like 3 that were mentioned 2014. Drive Club was already, I didn't count it because it's been delayed. Of course it's coming out this year. We already knew that. The Order, we already knew that was coming out this year. But not, I don't think it was official. Like it was later that year, so you can kind of count it. So it was like 3 games that are coming out this year that they mentioned there. 4 games were next year. 2 games were like unknown. So it's kind of spread across there. They could, and that's kind of the ones that they want to talk about. And like I said, they have a bunch of other studios coming, but I don't know. I really don't know what they really have or what they're really shooting for besides the stuff we already know about. I was a little concerned about Sony this year, because they came out with a bang last year, and then this year it's just they're kind of relying so much on indie titles or repackaging games that are on the that are on the PS3. It's just I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to have as much behind them this year that they did last year. Like last year they won the show. This year I don't know. It's up in the air for them. But Rob?
Yeah, I haven't been following their stuff hardly at all. The PlayStation, I had the original PS1, and I haven't had one since. So, I know they're there, but I really don't follow them at all. I feel it's, for the people that enjoy the PlayStation, I feel that, these titles are probably, pretty important to them at least. Uh, there's, I'm sure there's going to be some new next gen stuff that's going to be pretty cool. And, great. Yeah, they should have good stuff. But, other than probably Gran Turismo 6, a lot of the other titles I really don't recognize too much.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
we'll see how legit this stuff is because I just think it's a little suspicious that the PS4 stuff leaked and then the Xbox stuff leaked right after that. It just too
Yeah.
much of a
Yeah.
coincidence, because it happened. I don't think it really happened before, did it?
No, I've
Maybe.
not ever seen like a leaked "here's everything coming" type of thing.
Yeah,
So, because we've always gone like, a lot of the sites will do bingo cards, what they
yeah,
want, or, and you always, that's kind of been a thing everybody's done. Now it's like, oh, wow, here's everything laid out for us. And a lot of it's probably going to be pretty legit. It'll be interesting to come back to this article and see what, was real and what wasn't. So,
yeah.
but either way, I mean, I want good stuff. Like I said, all I hope is that both companies come out and just say, "Hey, here's what we got." Don't bash the competitor. I hate that. I've always hated that. Just tell me why yours is better. Tell me what yours
Yeah.
can do. I mean, don't tell me why it's better. Tell me what yours can do. Let me be the judge of what I want. For anybody still not hasn't bought either one, just tell us what you can do. Plain and simple. That's it.
I don't
Exactly.
want to.
So,
I don't want another E3 like last year with the whole digital games and then all the backtracking and then all this and that. I mean, last year's E3 was just a disaster,
yeah.
and definitely when the disaster was falling all on the company that, obviously we support with our podcast and everything, but, and I guess hopefully it's good because you just had Sony backtrack on a bunch of stuff that they were going to do with the Drive Club, and nobody's really saying anything. Everybody's kind of praising them for backtracking, so maybe all that stuff we will just won't have to worry about this year. So it would be nice.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. State
All
of
right. But
Decay was out.
hold on. One thing. I just thought of something. I did play another game this week on the Xbox. That was Nujitsu. Um,
Oh,
and I wanted to warn everybody. The game's like I bought it because it was like $6.50. Okay.
is that the one with the squirrels? Or
Yes, it's like think of it as Pac-Man, only
yeah,
you're a squirrel and you're just running around collecting nuts and acorns and stuff, and it's it really is not worth it. But if you want an easy 1,000 points, it is an easy 1,000. I'm only missing like 2 achievements, and it's just you got to rank up all the way, which is going to take you some time to get there, and then like I got like two more maps to play on, I think, to get the last two of those. But I've got like everything else, everything. So it's a real easy 1,000 points if somebody wants it for 650. But the game's really not worth it. So just warning you. All right, proceed, Rob.
okay.
Sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, State of Decay is a game that came out sometime last year for the 360. There's some new DLC that will be coming out probably in about the next 4 to 6 weeks. They're targeting sometime in June. And the DLC is called Lifeline. What Lifeline is going to do is it's going to place you. Uh, Actually, you're going to be assuming command of a military squad. It's going to be placing you and your squad in the middle of an infested city. This is kind of like a different storyline from the original game, and the stuff supposedly does not bleed through. So it is kind of what they call it, an arc. Actually, no, it wouldn't be an arc because it's something sort of new. But another notable thing about this DLC is that there will be 40, yes, you heard it right, 40 new firearms in the game, spanning from assault weapons to rifles and even hand cannons. So there's going to be lots of new toys to take out all those baddies with. And that's it.
All right. So Microsoft is working on a new entry in established AAA strategy franchise at its Redmond, Washington location. A job post dated on the 28th of April describes the game as follows. Microsoft Studio is looking for a highly experienced senior games developer to help build and lead the team for a new AAA title within an established and well-loved strategy game franchise. So, a series that isn't just loved but well-loved, Microsoft Studios has a few established strategy franchises in the wheelhouse, including Age of Empires, which you guys are all familiar with, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And the one that I personally hope it is a new Halo Wars.
Yes.
So because Ensemble Studios is the one that built Halo Wars, and they closed like right after finishing it, which was just like when that happened, such bad news. But I loved Halo Wars. It is so good. So still have it. So, but yeah, when they say well loved and well established, all I can think of is the Age of Empires, because that's been around for a long time. There's only been one Halo Wars game, but
it's still
well
a franchise.
established and well loved franchise. I mean, that's Halo, so it could be either or, but you got to think it's Halo, right? I mean, you throw an Age of Empires game on
could be a Gears of War. That's a pretty well loved franchise too.
Yeah, but I'm kind of trying to tie that in with strategy game, and that's kind of really the ones that they've done.
Right. Oh, I'm hoping it's Halo as well.
Well, yeah, and I'm just, when you think about putting it on the Xbox, do you think about doing Age of Empires, or you think about doing Halo? So I think more Halo, but I'm excited to hear that. It'll be maybe this will be one of their announcements at E3. I'll get to jump up and down a little bit, but something to think about. But it's all up to you. You're up.
Woohoo! All right, let me click my thing over. So this Tuesday, May 13th. Uh-oh, what happened? I don't have an image. There, I got an image. This Tuesday, May 13th, Grand Theft Auto Online will receive the long-awaited High Life DLC update, an addition that will allow players to go from well-heeled criminals to small-time real estate barons. Alongside new weaponry, vehicles, and clothing option, High Life will add additional high-end apartments to the multiplayer world of GTA Online. If you already own a virtual base of operations, don't worry. The High Life update also introduces multiple property ownership. Granted, this only expands the number of possible properties a player can own to 2, but that's still 100% improvement over the previous system and should save players a lot of time that would otherwise be spent driving across town to their sole safe house. Finally, the High Life update adds a mental state stat to the GTA Online user interface. Think of mental state as a running counter, just how antisocial your avatar has been in GTA Online. As the stat is public and attached to every player, it should provide ample warning if you join a server full of griefers who've spent hours gunning down anyone foolish enough to spawn within their virtual world. And it's the reason I don't play that game anymore. And this is what has me worried about Watch Dogs, is the griefers. So, they've said you can turn it off, but they've that's been kind of it's always more like a side note. So I want to see it. I want to know for a fact 100% that I can play that game in a single player mode and not have to worry about someone coming in and griefing my game. Otherwise, I'm not buying Watch Dogs. So, but for those that love the GTA Online, you get a new update this week.
All right. There's a game from Upper One Games that got announced just recently called Never Alone. This game is going to be out this fall for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's one of those games that are $15 only. And as soon as I see the $15 price tag, I immediately think of Max Curse of Brotherhood, and kind of like what a quality game that was. But we don't know yet what this game is going to be. If it's going to be quite as good as Max, but we shall see. So this game is set to explore the culture and folklore of Alaska natives. Being that it's Alaska native folklore and so forth, it is definitely set in a wintry, snowy environment. It's basically a young, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right here, Inupiaq. Anyway, girl called Nuna and her,
Inuit. I think that's pronounced Inuit. It's like Eskimos, but Eskimo, I
yeah,
guess, is like not an appropriate. That's not a PC term.
yeah,
They're Inuits.
okay, I guess. Interesting spelling. All right, her name is Nuna, and she has an Arctic fox as her companion. It's a platform style game with puzzles and so forth. And the game will also have 8 characters with native folklore, such as Manslayer, Blizzard Man, Sky People, the Little People, and the Rolling Heads, all appearing. There's a trailer online. You might want to check it out. Looks like it might be interesting. Graphics are okay. So look for that this fall.
All right. So, you guys still into zombie games? You guys
Yeah,
want
Depends.
more zombie games? All right.
as long as
I'll
it's a
be
good
on the-
game.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with you on that one. So, Dying Light, upcoming zombie horror game, from the group that made Dead Island.
Yeah,
So, the
this
group that
game
made
looks
them,
awesome.
Techland, right? Techland.
Techland,
Um,
yes.
So yeah, I don't know when the official day was supposed to be, but it has been delayed.
No.
Yes, it looks like it's pushed out to at least February of 2015.
That's
So
okay. That's okay. That's a good time for it to come out.
yeah, and there's, I'm gonna agree. I'm the type of person that's like, if you gotta delay it, delay it. It's got to be good. Delay it as long as it's good. So, it's what Ubisoft does, right? Delay every one of their games, and they all come out and they're good. So, but yeah, I have to wait until February.
I'll be buying this day one, man. And you know what? That's good because if it's like Dead Island, which it looks to be very similar, with some parkour and different kind of game mechanics in, but it still looks to be very similar to that. That game, Dead Island, was a long game. Both Dead Island and
Yeah.
the second one, I forgot the name of it, but um, they were long. So putting this out in February, I think, is good. It gets it out of that spotlight of the Call of Duty and Destiny and everybody else that's going to come out in September on, and it gets it out there in February where we've got a drought, where you don't have a lot, and then you've got some time to play it. So I think that's a good move, and if it gives them time to just kind of clean it up and
Yeah.
perfect it,
Well,
all the better.
Actually, I was just looking at March 31st is when it was originally supposed to be out.
Well, that's quite a
So
delay, a whole year.
yeah, it was supposed to be out already.
So
But it was supposed to be out for PC, 360, Xbox One, PS3, and PS4.
Hmm.
So, but hey,
whatever it takes, man, make the
Yep.
game good.
put out a good game. That's all people ask now, I think, is that. So, but all right, next.
All right, I guess that's me. Earlier this week, there was exciting new content was added to Kinect Sports Rivals that players can download from the marketplace to add some style and excitement to their game. There have also been features added to the game and the Kinect Sports Rivals hub. Fans of Rare, developer of Kinect Sports Rivals, will be excited to see sponsor story packs featuring familiar characters elements from classic titles. These include the Banjo-Kazooie Challenge Pack, the Battletoads Challenge Pack, the Blast Corps, Perfect Dark, and Viva Pinata Challenge Packs. Kinect Sports Rivals players can also purchase vanity packs to add some style to their champion. The packs include the Sunglass Pack, Fun Glasses Pack, and the Super Salon Pack, or you can get them all in the Super Style Bundle. Those players who have sworn their allegiance to one of the 3 battling teams will be pleased to hear that 24 unique stories have arrived for each of them. Players will also be able to take on the team captains in all 6 sports. Additional features now live in the Kinect Sports Rivals and on the Kinect Sports Rivals Hub include team-based photo gallery backgrounds, greatest moments videos, Kinect Sports Rivals Island news button, news articles in the Kinect Sports Rivals Hub, and new Kinect Sports Rivals story button banner. Yeah, okay. Next.
All right.
Okay, here's a similar one.
Oh, gee.
Ninjutsu available on Xbox One. Next.
All right. Well, here I got a Titanfall story.
I forgot
So-
we had this story in there.
So Titanfall updates. So Respawn puts them out on PC, puts them out on Xbox One, and then Blueprint Games, which made the 360 version. Now they're going to be following suit. So what happens is PC and Xbox One are going to get them first, and then 360 will get them later. So what it says here is they have Blueprint following Respawn lead, bringing updates and improvements to the 360. This was posted on Titanfall's website. We are fully committed to supporting the Xbox 360 version and ensure that regardless of what platform you play Titanfall on, the experience is as good as it can be. So, take that Expedition DLC, which will be on Xbox One and PC in May for $10. Bluepoint's version will follow up in June. So, a month after, but kind of what do you expect when you're going to do that? So,
Yeah.
but
At least
at
they're
least
getting it.
At least they're getting
Right.
it. Yeah. So. But,
All right.
all right. Next.
All right. Here's what everybody's been waiting for. Microsoft E3 24 conference leaked. So let's talk about, and Brian, you got to run the numbers on the dates.
Okay.
So
Just to give you a heads up, there's a massive storm outside right now. So if I happen to go away or disappear, you know why.
well, as long as
so-
we don't see you like all of a sudden fly up into the air, you know.
Yeah.
Ah!
Or
So-
light up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'll just grab my camera, take it with me.
Take it with you. We're reporting live from a funnel cloud.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's just thunderstorms and not tornadoes.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. That's what it is. So,
All right.
Shoot.
Okay,
I'll
so
count.
we are getting close to E3. So here's the rumor mill, or the leak, if you will. All right. So this info comes from the highest source and contains near full details of Microsoft E3 2014 conference. All right. Rise 2 is in development and will be announced at the show in a real-time in-game trailer. Gone is the Roman period, enter the medieval setting. The game will offer more freedom of exploration and a refined combat system. The main character is a cell sword of sorts with a greater destiny. The game looks beyond belief. No release date, possibly late 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness gracious. I hope they're not going to give us games 2 years out.
Yeah, they shouldn't even talk about it.
Exactly. Oh man, Rise 2 though. I'm all for that. All right, next, Forza Horizon 2 will be announced for release in October 2014. Yeah, awesome. Day one for me, baby. This is again made by Playground Games. It will once again be an open world and set in Louisiana, Mississippi, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, Texas, and Arkansas. Full day-night cycles, real-time weather, estimated 80 hours single player.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll be all over. I loved Forza Horizon. I like that better than the Forza games, man, to be honest. 343 Industries will unveil Halo 2 Anniversary. This is a full multiplayer included visual makeover of Halo 2. It will also include the same options as Halo Anniversary, including both visual modes, skulls, etc. It will include the E3 2003 mission as a bonus unlockable and the maps from the PC version. Nice. No Turn 10 this year except in supportive capacity of Playground Games, which is for Forza Horizon 2. Halo 5 will get its release date. Rare is prepping a reboot of Battletoads and Perfect Dark. Battletoads will initially be a download-only title and is set to run at 60 frames a second. Perfect Dark is looking to be rebooted into a third-person adventure game similar to Uncharted. Epic will be there to unveil their new game based on the Samaritan demo from 2012. This will be an Xbox One exclusive, as Microsoft is the publisher. Possibly the best-looking game of this generation. Uh-oh. Now we got some dueling best-looking game statements going on.
Yeah.
Good Science Studios will unveil their Kinect-only game, Echo Black. The game is controlled via the use of Kinect, and the player plots through an adventure game drawn as by echolocation. The vibrancy of the world depicted alters depending on the pitch, loudness, and location of the player's voice. No release date. That totally
Hopefully
does
never.
not interest me.
Hopefully never. That just does not sound good at all.
No, it doesn't. That should go to the Wii U. Twisted Pixel will reveal their next digital game, which is set in a science fantasy planet of Decasus, possibly a 2.5D 2.5D platformer. Rob, that might make you happy. That's probably in what was that game that you liked so well? That was at 2.5.
Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex.
Yes.
Yeah, Deadlight is like Deadlight's not 2.5D, but similar to that.
Black Tusk will have a CGI trailer for Gears of War Lazarus, which will show the direction the series is heading. So cool. Lift London will be showing 2 projects. They are small and digital based, no other details, unfortunately. Lionhead will have a brief gameplay of Fable Legends and bow out with a teaser of their next project, which is set in post-cataclysmic Earth, decimated by egg-shaped objects, possibly aliens. Frontier Development is working on a family-friendly Kinect title for release in 2014. Hey, there's one! Woo! That's our second one for 2014.
Yeah, 2.
Phantom Dust Sacrifice is being worked on by Grounding Incorporated and will be prequel to the original. The game will be episodic in nature. Quantum Break will be out November 2014. There is a multiplayer mode, part 1 of a trilogy. The game has had significant graphical upgrades since last year. That'll be interesting to see because that game looked fantastic last year.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is aiming for release on the last week of August, early September. So there's 4 games right there for 2014. Graphically, it looks like the CG trailer and the parkour elements of the game is a mix of Sonic, Jet Set Radio, and Ratchet and Clank. The Secret Japanese game is coming from Platinum Games and is a beautiful Joe-like action beat 'em up. Codename is Rug Puddle. This is part 1 of a multiple game deal with Microsoft to publish other titles in the future. Leap Experience Pioneers will announce their game, which looks like a TPS/RPG hybrid. TPS. What am I missing here? I don't know. I know what RPG is.
Turn.
Throttle position sensor.
Say TPS or
TPS.
I was gonna say turn TB if it's turn-based strategy.
third person shooter.
Oh, third
Person shooter / RPG hybrid set in a science fiction universe. Looks very Mass Effect inspired, coming 2015. Platform Next Games is a new studio. They will be presenting an unnamed tech demo based on an upcoming project, which appears to be set in either an ancient or fantasy setting. Then Games with Gold will be announced for Xbox One starting immediately. The aim is that it will be 1 retail game a month, 1 digital game per month of a choice of 2. This will evolve as time goes on. So okay, so we're gonna get one. Yeah, so kind of like I guess it's like what we just saw with the with 360 right now. Saints Row 3 is a full retail game, and then the Elysium was an arcade title. So
Right.
that'd be cool if we get one retail game. And think about it, the Xbox. If this starts immediately, that means they start this in June next month. How many retail games are out there? You know,
They'll get
it'll probably
Rise
be
out
something like
first.
you think Rise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it would be great. I would love it if they did Rise because I played the game. I want to buy it. I haven't bought it yet. Um, but it might be something like Zoo Tycoon. I'm trying to think of like a lesser known title,
Well, that would
but
be an arcade title at that point.
no, that's a
They're gonna
retail
do.
game.
Oh, it
Zoo
is.
Tycoon was a retail game, $60
Yeah, it
retail.
was.
So,
Oh
and
wow.
then the arcade one will probably be like Crimson Dragon. I think was a Microsoft published title. Probably see that. I don't know if Loco Cycle was. I don't think that was Microsoft published because I think it's on other platforms. But that'd be cool to see, and if it start right away, that'll be awesome. And then if you get a choice, I like having the choice to pick one of these two games. That'll be kind of cool. Microsoft will announce the date when retail units can be activated as development kits. It will be before October of this year.
The way, sorry, the way you read that games for gold is that you get one retail and then a choice of one of two arcade games, or is it just you get to pick the arcade or the retail?
I read it as you get one retail game a month,
Right.
one digital game per month of a choice of two.
Okay. Okay.
So you're going to get your retail, and then
Okay.
so they're going to basically have three games out available.
Gotcha.
You can the retail one you get, and then the other two you'll have to pick which one you want.
Okay. I was
So
making sure
they
I was
might.
hearing you right.
So for
Way ahead.
example, they're going to say, okay, come June you get Rise, and you can get either Loco Cycle or Crimson Dragon.
Okay.
You
Gotcha.
can get Crimson Dragon or Max. You know, it'll be something like that. So, okay, guys, and here it is. Oh yeah, fist pump. Crackdown Skyline coming
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something cool.
2015. Hey, don't make me hurt you. Where's that camera? Don't make me come after you. Um, but not till 2015. No other info, not even the developer, Microsoft Studios. So, and then multi-platforms are as follows: The Division, Xbox One is now the lead platform for The Division. Nice. Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Fallout 4, and EA game not specified, but exclusive. There's an exclusive EA game with timed DLC on all. So that is the rumor, and that I was excited by quite a few things I read here.
Yeah.
Kind of bummed out by games 2016, but I hope they stray away from that and give us more what's coming now.
Yeah, I like, I call that the Apple approach. Like, hey, look, we're doing this and it's available today. Oh my gosh. Sorry, thunder cracking right above my head. Um, I like that, or it's coming in 2 weeks or this year. I like that. I would like both companies to do that because really, I think a lot of these delays and stuff that these people get is because they just announce way too early, way too early. So, but there was four or five games that you mentioned there that's this year. Everything else, no dates, but I'd assume that they're not this year. So,
Yeah,
but all right,
cool
That's
stuff. I'm excited either way to see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
same here.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Talking
Rob,
about some
you're up.
other exciting stuff. Walking Dead season 2 episode 3 releases this week. This episode is called In Harm's Way, and it features the exciting, very exciting, and yet kind of messed up story of Clementine as she is out and about in the new world of episode 2. I'm not episode 2, season 2. That will be out on May 13th for PC and Mac, and then the following day for Xbox 360 and PS3, and then iOS hits May 15th. So 13th, 14th, and 15th of May, which I believe is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So look for it. I'm pretty excited to see this thing out, and the trailer week was pretty sweet. If you're into the game, you haven't seen the trailer, definitely check it out to kind of wet your whistle before the game releases in a couple days. That is all.
Cool. All right. So for all the Minecraft fans, we mentioned last week that you're going to be able to transfer your saves or do a cross save, I guess, if you want to call it, from the 360 up to the Xbox One. What they talked about here is that the sizes of the worlds in the Xbox One edition and the PlayStation 4 edition are going to be much larger. So it doesn't seem like they're going to be like infinite worlds or infinite scope because they explain that due to the save file limit on the consoles, it can't be infinite, but they're definitely going to be larger than the current or the last gen consoles, 360, PS3 version. So, and I didn't really play it on any of those consoles, so I'm not sure how big those worlds are. But to me, those ones were large as it is. So for the newer consoles, it's going to be larger. So, which is cool. So, and
All right.
that's it. Is that all of our topics?
That is it.
Wow, that was a long one.
Oh,
A
but
lot of stuff.
we got some community stuff. We got a voicemail, fellas.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Woohoo! So let's hit our community section, which many of you are listening right now and watching us on Twitch. Join us on our Facebook group. Also, you can look for us. Okay, now all my stuff's messed up again. Twitter. We have a Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Also, check out our website, thisxboxlife.com, and on the right-hand side, there is a voicemail box. You can leave us a voicemail directly from your PC. So here we've got Check84 sent us something, and let's hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, Check84 here. Just wanted to call in for the first time. Say that I love you guys' show. You do a great job. Keep me entertained on my Monday morning commutes into work usually. I want to give my opinion on season passes. I've said this on the Facebook group already. That I think season passes are a waste of money. They've got a lot of research into those, basically saying that 70 to 80% of the players don't end up buying the third and fourth DLCs. Like especially for a game like Call of Duty, because they lose interest and something else comes out and there's a new game on the radar at that time. So it's a way for them to pick up a chunk of money. I typically won't go with a season pass, even for a game like Titanfall, which I absolutely love. I'm sure there'll be something else on my radar to be playing by the time that third and fourth DLC comes out. So it's a waste of 10 or 20 bucks in my opinion in the end. Anyways, keep up the good work, guys. It's a great show, and that's my 2 cents. Thanks.
Alrighty. Well, I just so you know, I know you guys said I'm getting feedback. It was very quiet, really low. His volume was maxed out on my side, so I couldn't crank it any louder. It was as maxed as it was go. So, but at least hopefully you guys can hear him all right. Talking about the season passes, we talked about this in the past, and he doesn't buy them anymore. Also, I've got another question I want to tag on to that. We've got Johnny Don't sent me a message through Facebook and says, I just wanted to chime in before the next podcast about the season pass thing you mentioned last week. I bought the season pass for Gears of War Judgment, and I was expecting a bunch of more horde mode stuff, and I'm still waiting on it. So from that experience alone, I won't get a season pass before the game launches. Bron, that was last week that you and I talked about that, right?
Yes.
Rob, I don't know
Yeah.
if you got a chance to hear us talk about season passes, but we brought it up about, like, was it Watch Dogs? That right now, even the game's not out, but you can buy the season pass and you can pre-order the game before it's out.
Right.
So, say you go into the store and you pre-order a game, well, you can always change your mind, but if you've bought the season pass, they got your money. You're not getting that back. And so we were talking about how, like, these companies now are kind of trying to really, they want their season passes out there the day it releases to get more money from you. And we don't really have any way to say that we're going to get our value out of it? What's to say we're going to get all our content? You know? So I
Yeah.
was curious what you thought about season passes, Rob.
Well, season passes can be a great value for those games that have a ton of content, but something like the Gears of War Judgment thing, you know, you hope that they have the content, but there's no guarantee. You don't know if it's going to be worthwhile content. So getting the season pass early on is kind of like, just jumping into it, without knowing what you're jumping into. I can see the appeal of just taking care of everything initially, but it seems like it makes more sense just to hold off and wait. I know the only season pass that I've bought ahead of time actually was that Wolf Among Us.
Yes.
Yeah, the Wolf Among Us season pass, and then it had that issue where there's some kind of funky thing where you bought the season pass, but it didn't register properly. So I think I'm gonna go back to my old ways of just waiting. Just waiting until something comes out, and then you look at it and you're like, yeah, this is worth it. I'm gonna get it. Or better yet, you just wait until the game's out for a while and then you get it later instead of release day, and then you can just get a whole bunch of DLC all at once. You know what you're getting into.
Right. I mean, I don't have a problem with them. I know they put them out like it's like Call of Duty, I think was our example we used, where they said that statistically people buy the first two map packs and then everything drops off. So the last two they don't really make any money on it. So if they sell you three of them and you get the fourth one free, then it's like more people, oh, okay, that's a deal, so I'll buy them all. So they end up buying an extra one that they normally statistically wouldn't buy, and then the developer makes more money that way.
And
And
that's
I
what the
mean,
caller. That's what the caller was saying. They show that they don't buy like the third and fourth pack typically, so
right,
they can sell you three, give you the fourth free. At least they're getting that one extra one out of everybody.
right. And I mean, so far I haven't had a problem with them, but it does seem like all these games now are launching with these season passes, and every new title comes out has a season pass. It seems like, and it's like, okay, the game's $60 plus the season pass. Where do you start to draw the line? It's like, wow, do I really, am I even going to come back to this game? Am I going to remember it? You know, so yeah, it's interesting. It's like with Watch Dogs. I think it was only $20, so at least $20 I don't mind as much, but I wouldn't buy it with Watch Dogs because I'm not even sure I'm buying Watch Dogs. But that's a game I'd have to play first to see if it's something that would keep me. And if I played the whole game, then it's like okay, and I still loved it, then yeah, I'll buy the season pass. Games like what was it I was saying that was coming out? Um, what's coming out here soon? Like Destiny. Chances are I'd buy the season pass on that probably day one. Because I already know the game's going to be like Halo. So, and it's something that'll interest me. So, but again, yeah, it's just keep that in mind. I guess that we don't know what the season pass is going to entail. We don't know if it's going to be map packs. We don't know if it's going to be avatar items. They just say content. They don't have to provide you with a whole lot. So, interesting talk. But thank you, Check84, for your voicemail. I appreciate it. And the volume had nothing to do with your side. It was all on our side. We just can't boost it. I should have boosted it, the file itself. But all right. So lastly, we got an email from Roberto UK 73 says these are on GTA 5. And unfortunately, you're probably asking the three worst people because none of us play this game. But he says, "Are you disappointed that the heist mode has not been implemented into this game yet?" Well, that's
Yes.
coming. Yes. No, because I don't play it.
That was actually the one mode on the online stuff that I actually wanted to play when I was playing it. So look how long it took, and I'm already falling out of it. So, Yep.
Okay, so his next one is, in which country or city do you think GTA 6 will be set? So they've done what? They've done in New York, they've done in LA. What's the current one in? That's out in LA, right? Isn't that back in LA, the new one? GTA
Um,
5? I thought that was out in California. GTA 4, that was, I believe, New York.
that was New York. They've
Maybe they'll
done
do.
like they done San Andreas or whatever, which was supposed to be Los Angeles, I think.
I'd say Chicago, man.
Yeah,
If they're
they
keeping
could
it in
go.
the United States, they haven't done a
Yeah,
Chicago.
they could always go outside the U.S. and go to like a London or like a Tokyo. Would be pretty cool. Tokyo would I think would be neat.
It'd be cool to at least give it a whole different,
Well, that's Sleeping
something
Dogs.
different. Sleeping Dogs was good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess if it was in this country, I'd say Chicago. If it's going out, I
Yeah.
would think London myself. But yeah, I like what Brun said about Japan. Or, I mean, yeah, Tokyo. All right, and lastly, if GTA 5 comes out on Xbox One, will you purchase it? No.
Nope.
No.
It's three
No.
no's from us.
If I didn't own it prior, yes. Since I own it prior, no. Same thing as when we were talking about the Mass Effect, coming out.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same mentality there.
See, I would consider the Mass Effect trilogy on Xbox One. I would consider that. GTA 5 I
Mm.
wouldn't. But
Okay.
it's weird. I'm one of those people, like, some open world games work for me, like Crackdown, Sabotage.
Fallout.
No. Some of them work. I love them, those, but then others don't. Like GTA, I just have never been able to really get into them. Can't get through. I loved, what was the Japanese one you just said? Sleeping Dogs? Loved it,
hmm
you know? And I don't know what it is. Crackdown, I love that one. But I can't get into the GTA, and there's others. I love Red Dead Redemption. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the tone of the game, but I find that one to be a little harder than some of the others. I just want to play it, but I've had other open world games I just couldn't get into, and I just really didn't care for when I played them. Prototype was one. Mafia, I think it was Mafia or Mafia 2. So I don't know. I'm really wishy-washy when it comes to those type of games. So, anyways, he says, thanks for the great show. Rob, aka Roberto, UK73. P.S. Good point in last week's show. The China console sale figures will certainly be interesting and could potentially see the Xbox One overtaking Sony in sales. All right. So, thank you guys for the comments and stuff. And again, you guys want to do Facebook, you can send us messages, emails, voicemails if you want to get your voice in the show. And next time I'll try to make sure that's louder. But this whole our program cuts like this that we use. What is this, XSplit?
Yep.
For some reason, man, I can play it on my machine and it's fine. And then soon as you put it into XSplit, somehow it downgrades it, even though the volume's all the way up. I don't know. But anyways,
Fire whistle.
let's. Huh?
I said my fire whistle.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. Don't you guys miss that? I mean, come on.
yeah.
It's air
You guys can hear
raid.
that, right?
Air raid.
All right, Rob. Let's move on.
I'll mute.
Okay.
Well,
right.
Brian, that's not a tornado whistle, is it?
No, that's just fire.
Okay.
So
How's something on fire? It's raining over there. Anyway, so this week's retail releases, we've got the same title for 360 and Xbox One. That's Super Time Force, released on May 14th, which that's Wednesday, May 14th. It's kind of a retro shooter. It looks very retro. It sounds retro, but when I was watching the trailer for it's the retro games were a lot simpler. This thing's got a lot of stuff going on, so it's like Retro Plus. So you might want to check it out. It's out by Capybara Games, which has some stuff coming out for Xbox One. I think they're the ones that did the Below. Wasn't that them, Capybara? Anyway, so
Yes,
that's
I
all
think
we've
you're
got.
correct.
Yeah, that's all we've got this week. Super Time Force. That is all.
That's it. And where can anybody buy great games, Rob, for their consoles?
I'm glad you asked because I was just wondering that myself, and the answer is go to Amazon to make all your gaming related purchases, and even your non-gaming related purchases. You could have bought your mother a nice Mother's Day gift by going through our affiliate link. Go to thisxboxlife.com and find our Amazon affiliate link on the right-hand side of the page. Just click on the Xbox One over there. Once you go to Amazon, then you can search for whatever you want and click away.
All right. All right. Well, that is it for our show this week. Thank you guys and gals for watching and supporting us. Please remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes and any other podcasting application that you might use to help get the word out. Also, please be sure to follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, and wherever else we might be. Well, with that, I am Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch you all next week.
And Brun BJ Swick 33, and thanks Cat Fury 05 for the code again. So appreciate it.
I'm taking off.
I'm out of here.